on behalf of the Commission, the members of the Commission, the commissioners, and the staff, the very able staff of the Commission, I launch the election operation plan.
Drawing from the experience of 2013 general election, IEBC has released an elaborate plan that will guide electoral activities in the run-up to and after the general poll in 2017.
Firstly, conducting effective, efficient, and credible elections. And secondly, nurturing a respected corporate brand in the provision of electoral services. And thirdly, improving and sustaining public confidence in the electoral process.
The success of the 45 billion shillings plan, however, is dependent on the preparedness of supportive institutions to the electoral process.
The roadmap that we are sharing today, it is coming in good time compared to what we had last time. And we are optimistic that if we are facilitated enough by other stakeholders, we are going to deliver credible elections in the coming election. In other words, we're saying IEBC is ready. How ready are other stakeholders?
A successful election is not entirely the responsibility of the Commission. Charles de Gaulle said, war is too important to be left to generals alone.
First electoral body wants all legislative framework facilitative of the electoral process passed and implemented in time. These legislations and regulations include those that deal with establishing a database on Kenyan citizens residing in diaspora, mapping out stations and training officers, and conduct of voter registration in diaspora and registration and voting in the diaspora.
Management of elections, especially in Africa and especially in Kenya, is a very difficult and complex one. It requires the right legal framework, comprehensive voter education and voter registration, thorough polling day logistics. Polling day logistics is a very complex one.
Voter registration of Kenyans living in the diaspora will be carried out in all countries that have Kenyans' diplomatic presence, or at least 3,000 registered Kenyans. The first key activity for the Commission commences on February 15th this year. The exercise will be carried out in 1,450 wards across the country.
So just the short answer is lack of resources. If we get more money, we are going to employ more staff and more equipment. We have the equipments. We have 15,000 BVR kits, and so they can serve us across the country. And the supplementary budget process is beginning now, and we're engaging with Treasury for that.
The second phase of voter registration is expected to kick off in March 2017. Public servants keen on participating in the poll will resign before 9th February 2017. IEBC will issue general election notice on March 27th of 2017. Voter registration exercise is expected to end officially on 20th of May 2017. This will pave way for publication of voter registration notice to allow for the registered voters to peruse the register and verify their names. The election is expected to be held on 8th of August 2017, with the final results expected within a week. The Commission is also putting in place fallback positions to ensure more transparency when transmitting the final results.
And how are we going to do that? First, we are making sure that the result transmission system works this time. And all the staff are trained, all the phones are working, the network is covered properly. That's the first option. We also have a backup plan of scanning the Form 36, which has been announced at the polling stations. So once it is announced, it should also be scanned, and it will be available through the public media on our website. And thirdly, we are going to have the official result, which is the form itself, brought by the officers.
Achola Simon for Channel 1 News.
Thank you.